welcome back to Sarah's SoCal Garden. So in today's video is going to be the April garden tour, and I'm so excited. I honestly love doing these videos. I love doing tours. I love showing you guys what I'm growing, and I have a lot of new things in the ground getting ready for summer. And yeah, I'm just so excited to show you guys. I got lots of things in the greenhouse. I got lots of seedlings. So I'll just start talking, and this is going to be quite a long tour, so stay tuned. I'm going to be starting here in my back cottage garden. I'm just going to start in the front and then I'm going to work my way back. And it's very windy today, so I apologize if there's any wind noise. This container, I just took out the onions or garlic that was in here because I needed to use the soil. I'll probably plant something in there like a squash or something. And then I have garlic in here, which is, it's doing okay. I have garlic that's doing better in other places. Strawberry plant that me and my niece made together. She just decorated the pot. We planted that strawberry. And then I have this strawberry planter, which you guys saw me plant in a couple of videos ago. And it's doing quite well. I already have strawberries on it, and they're looking very, very healthy. Radishes back there, and then these bags, these kangaroo bags, have potatoes in them, and they're doing really, really well. And then here's my potting area, and I added a couple new additions. We put up this little sign that says the potting shed, and then we also got this one, super cute. And I never showed you guys this, but we did get a alpine bee house, and I'm super excited for that. No, there hasn't been any bees that have found it yet, but hopefully they do and they can make their home right there. So in this whiskey barrel, I have parsnips that are doing really, really well. There's a bell pepper there, which I don't know, I should probably cut it and eat it or something, but I haven't. This is a geranium, mint, some more mint that probably needs a good fertilizing. This is my bench, which I hardly ever sit down because I'm always running around gardening. But this is where I keep everything. This is where I keep all of my soil in this old wine crate. I keep my potting mix here, my seedling mix, and then those are all my trays. These are seeds I've opened up, tags, and these are seeds I've kept. This is a patty pan squash seed, and then this is a scarlet runner bean seed that I've saved, and some more seeds I haven't opened up yet. Nasturtium seeds, which I have hundreds in here. There's so many. I just leave the top off because if not, it gets soggy in there. So I just leave it like that. This patch of garden, everything is looking really, really great. The collard greens right there are doing fantastic. They have just came to life. I'm super happy with those. They're overcrowding the celery, so the celery isn't getting that much sun, but it's still doing well. Swiss chard. And this is a calendula, which is doing really, really well. This flower looks like it's past its time. And then that is the Swiss chard that I planted probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's doing really, really well. And so I still have this whole patch of area that I can grow, and I'm probably going to throw a couple zucchinis in here. Parsley. And this is a little mini strawberry patch, which is doing really well. I've had a couple of strawberries off of them, and they are delicious. That is our orange tree, which I pruned a couple of months back in the beginning of winter, and there was so many blossoms on it. The bees are just loving it. The bees pretty much already finished pollinating it, but there's still a couple of flowers. Okay, so moving on. In this area I have kale that's holding on. It's doing okay. And then I have beans. This is the part of the $5 garden series. This is the Kentucky Pole Wonder Bean. They're doing really well. Some dill that looks like it's going to flower. And then this is where I'm going to be planting my, growing my corn. So I already have the corn in the ground. It's doing well. Kale. This cabbage is doing really, really well. I'm happy with that. Raspberries. I'm very happy I pruned these raspberries back because they're coming back really nicely. Except for it looks like I have some trimming to do right here. But other than that, the raspberry bush that I didn't think was going to come back is coming back. So yay. That's nice. Over here I do have some squash seedlings, pumpkins, and some zucchini seedlings. These haven't germinated yet, but these have. And then turning around, this is my best Brussels sprout that I have. It's doing really, I think it's doing okay. I've never even grown Brussels sprouts before, so I guess I'm happy with that. This is a red mustard that's gone to seed because it is warming up. Another Brussels sprout plant. More kale. This is like my kale bed, but cucumbers and basil and tomatoes are going to be in these two beds. So the kale is still doing really, really well. It's nice and healthy. We've just been harvesting it. And then in front of that, I have tomato seedlings. They're doing really awesome. All different types of varieties. And then in these two beds is where I'm going to be growing my squash. As you can see, I have these two trellises here I put in, and I'm going to do my best to train the squash to grow up. So as you can see, I've put a lot of my squash in the ground. So this is new, this is new, this is new. That little one's new, that's a delicata squash. I just put these two in just a couple of minutes ago, and they're doing really well. It's more squash. All these brassicas are going to bolt and go to seed, so I'm just going to leave them in for now. And then here is some more squash over here that's doing really well. No blossoms or anything like that on them yet. It's really too early for that. And then coming back here in this bed, this is where my kohlrabi is at over here in this right hand corner. And the kohlrabi seems to be doing well, except for I do see it starting to bolt right here. But it still looks good. I'm going to keep that in there. And I did plant a squash right here. It's doing really well. This is oregano, spicy oregano. That is lamb's ear sage. It's really fuzzy and soft. I love it. This is some onions, some green spring onions. I have beets right here. More squash. And then I'm gonna go in the corner over there and show you guys all of my tomato seedlings. So this is a gardener's delight. They're doing really well. And then on top, I have this netting over them because I noticed that the birds are kind of pecking at my tomato seedlings, so I just want to prevent that from happening. So I just draped over this bird netting. So many tomato seedlings. And more. And more. More tomato seedlings and more tomato seedlings. I honestly don't know what I'm going to be doing with all of these tomatoes. I'm going to have to give some away. These are just seedlings that are in here. They haven't germinated yet. This is a musk melon, leeks and onions and chamomile, which this chamomile needs to go into the ground. Basil, which is doing really good, and I'm telling you guys, this basil was so easy to grow. Everybody should be growing basil from seed. There's no reason to buy basil from the garden store. Mint. And then in this bed and this bed, I'll show you guys what's going on in here. So this is the dino kale that I started from seed, and it's doing really well. This kale is so healthy and it tastes delicious. Even eating it raw, it's just amazing. And this is my first tomato plant that I planted of the spring season, and it is just doing amazing. I've really been checking on it. I've staked it up with a pole. It's growing nicely up it, and I do have several tomatoes on here. Can you guys see that? And this is a variety Indigo Sun, so it has a purple stripe in it. You guys can see that right there. I have parsnips in here, which are going to be coming out soon. This is arugula that has gone to flower, and then I have some tomato plants that are hidden here. This is a black zebra, and then this is the pink Berkeley tie-dye, and then I have another tomato plant in here, which this is the pineapple variety, and it's really healthy. Moving on into this bed, it looks a lot different from my last tour, except for I left kale in here so it can bolt. That one's already gone to seed. This bed gets a lot of sun, so I decided to put zucchini, and that is an eggplant. That's another egg. I put 3 eggplants in here and several squash plants. But the squash plants, I think I put them in quite late. They're not doing their best right now, but they need a good water and maybe a good fertilizer, and we'll see what happens. I always have to be careful when I come back here because I always have a ton of seedlings. Alright, so coming back here in the corner before we finish up the tour for the back cottage garden. In this bed I have some English thyme, which is doing really well. I place it in a nice sunny spot, and it seems to be loving that. And then back here I have onions. This is a sweet Spanish onion. It's doing really well. I'm gonna put some more onions in this bed. Definitely, I could fit some more. And then back here, I have potatoes, which this potato, the leaves are turning yellow. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if they're ready to harvest or what. This is my first year growing potatoes, so I have one pot there, another one here, another one there, and another one there in the back. The 2 in the back seem to be doing better, so I don't know what the deal is. I don't really feel anything. The lemon tree is doing really well. I have so many lemons on it, but they're not all ready. Alright, I'm going to show you guys what's in the greenhouse. So I have, I think I overdid it on the tomatoes this year because I have, and honestly, probably at least 200 or 300 plants. It's ridiculous. So these are my newest, not my newest seedlings, but the ones that are going to be ready to be pot on very soon. And this is the Cherokee Purple and the Brandywine, which I love Brandywine tomatoes. Every day I just come out here and I just do that, strengthen them up. It'll probably be another week until I pot these on. And then I have more tomatoes. That's the tomato pear variety. Some that are from the $5 garden series. This is, I believe, eggplants. And I hope the spider mites didn't get to it, but it looks like they might have. Some more eggplant seedlings. Butternut squash. And then on this level, some watermelon. A lot of my watermelons are almost ready to go out into the garden, so excited about that. This is the Sugar Baby watermelon variety. And this is a, let's see, early summer squash. Some peppers back here. This looks like it's a delicata squash. It's ready to probably go out. That is another watermelon. And then back here I have more tomatoes. And this variety is the speckled Roman variety. And more tomatoes. This is all from the $5 garden. And then I have more. That is the Jubilee watermelon, which is the larger variety of watermelon. And then coming down to this level, I have lots of peppers, lots of chili peppers. And this is the summer scallop patty pan, which hasn't germinated quite yet. Some more eggplants. Lots and lots of watermelon plants. And this is a cantaloupe. More peppers down there. And then more tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes. And this is all of the yellow pear, I believe. This is the yellow pear variety, which I'm super excited about. And some more cucumbers. Okay, you guys, so I'm out here on the side garden. So I'm just gonna go bed by bed. And this bed is doing really well. This whole back area is doing fantastic. So the bees are really loving the lavender right now. And then next to it, I have some red mustard, which is pretty much going to seed. The bees like those flowers. And then I have carrots here, which the carrots are doing really, really well. They taste amazing. Some kale. I just planted this tomato. This is Brandywine. That is the big rainbow tomato. And then I planted these two Brandywine tomatoes as well. This is garlic, which this is the best garlic that I have right now. It's doing fantastic. I'm really, really happy that it looks like I'm gonna have a success with garlic. I have some Thai basil, and then I have lots and lots of cucumbers. This is gonna be my cucumber bed. So as you can see, I already have a little baby cucumber right there. Super exciting. So I just jam-packed this bed full of cucumbers. There's another plant there that's doing really, really well. More Thai basil. And then that is a lemon cucumber right here in the corner. It's doing really well. My blueberries are doing really well. This is probably the biggest harvest this year that I'm going to get. So lots and lots of blueberries. This plant is pretty loaded for how small these plants are. Alaska no-wilt peas that are doing really, really well. These taste delicious. These These are so good. I highly recommend growing this variety. This is the Alaska wilt pea. I have some chives here. Chives are always great to have in the garden. Moving around, I have some more lamb's ear sage, which is doing fantastic. I wish you guys could feel this, but it feels so soft. It's amazing. Cabbage right there, hiding. Some chard. More peas. And then I have another cabbage right there. Beets. And another cabbage right there at the very end. And then this is a new trellis that I built for cucumbers, tomatoes, and squash. So I have cucumbers all along here. So I'm just gonna basically just train them to go up the trellis. Purple kale. This is the more mature shallots. I started from sets. And this one is the one I started from seed. So you can tell the difference in size. And then these are all cowpeas and hyacinth beans. And I'm gonna train to grow up this teepee. I do have lots of red onions in this bed. We're doing well. This is parsley. It's doing really well. And then coming back here, this is a work in progress, overflowing with life. So I have, this is the marjoram herb, cilantro, that's gone to flower, love that. This is some dill, that's gone to flower, and then I have cabbages, kohlrabi there in the back. This is sage. This is like a regular sage. That's borage, which the bees are just going nuts for these little purple flowers. This is the fennel that I planted, and it's doing really well. Next to some carrots. And then this is the butterfly and bee garden, which is doing really well. I'm so happy with this and how it's coming out. This is the milkweed, which I don't see any caterpillars on it yet. Calendula, it's gorgeous. And sunflowers. These sunflowers are doing really well. Very happy. They've grown just so much. And then I have some other smaller sunflowers here that will catch up soon, and some wildflowers here. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I love doing these tours, like I said earlier. So thank you guys all for watching my channel, and thank you for all that have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see more garden videos, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and click on the bell so you can get notified when I upload a video. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you like garden tours, so I know that you guys like these videos. Thank you all for watching, and happy gardening. Have a great day or night. Bye guys.